iPhone SE 2020 versus iPhone 6s speed test coming up. Let's go. So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology. Welcome to the SE 2020 versus iPhone 6s 2015's flagship. Let's begin with a boot up in 3, 2, 1 and see which one can get there first. Now we do have an Apple A9 CPU on the right that is coupled with 2 GB of RAM, and on the left we do have the Apple A13 Bionic chipset coupled with 3 GB of RAM, both with Apple in-house GPUs. Let's see how much faster this newer SE is over your older 6s. Well, in the boot up it says you need to shut up today, Nick, because I'm gonna show you that I'm not as slow as you think. Okay, so the 6s does win on the boot up. Okay, so let's see how they both do when it comes to their Touch ID fingerprint scanners. 3, 2, 1. You can see about the same. We'll do that again. 3, 2, and 1. So pretty similar performance if you're coming from a 6s. The only difference is you do have a capacitive home button that was introduced on the iPhone 7, so it's not new tech, but it'll feel new to you if you're used to that old clickier home button from the iPhone 6s. So quickly confirming the software, the iPhone SE from 2020 is running the 13.4.1 and the 6s is also running iOS 13.4.1. Okay guys, so we've arrived at the app portion of the speed test. Everything will be closed out in a second here for 6s, everything closed out for the iPhone SE. So we're now ready to rock and roll. Let's see how the 6s does perform next to the SE. Everything closed out. You can see very similar performance here across basic apps like clock, for example. Let's go to calculator. You can see about the same performance. We'll go to phone. You can see phone a little bit quicker there for the iPhone SE, so you'll make a call a little bit faster. Let's go into weather. You can see weather a little bit faster there for the iPhone SE. Now let's go over here to tips. 3, 2, 1. And you can see the SE a bit quicker there as well. We'll go to the TV tips, and when you swipe through, pretty similar, no big deal, a difference when you're in there. Let's go into App Store, and you could see iPhone SE a little bit quicker there. And as it starts to load up graphics, it's definitely a little bit quicker, but not a big deal of difference here, like I say, in the regular Apple apps. Let's go into PUBG Mobile now and see which one can load this up first. Here's where you see a big difference. Gaming performance all day. Your battery will drain really fast, and it gets really hot lately on the iPhone 6s. So definitely a big jump here when it comes to gaming. You're ready to get into this match already. We're still waiting here on the 6s, and it's not like the 6s is a terrible performer. It does the daily jobs just fine. I mean, it's not going to bother a lot of people, but I'm telling you that if you want better gaming performance, you have to go with this iPhone SE. It just outperforms the 6s, and that's all there is to it. Now, if you do want, just basic app performance, it doesn't seem to make a big difference between these two. But there's enough of a difference in gaming where you might lose just because of a little bit of lag in PUBG. Let's go into Dead Trigger 2, 3, 2, 1. And you can see iPhone SE 2020 ahead. We'll hit play here on both. You can see the SE 2020 ahead again. So definitely enough of a difference here. In gaming, the big deal is just the battery and the processor gets kind of hot. The phone gets hot when gaming on the 6s. Let's go into Instagram. And you can see Instagram first there on the left for sure. We'll go over here to the profile page. Again, this is not a heavy app. It doesn't require a lot of power. So you can see it keeps up just fine on the 6s. We'll come home. You can see, let's go to Twitter. You can see Twitter right here, definitely first on the left. And the experience is going to be very similar as well. They both have 4.7-inch Retina displays, although you do get True Tone on the SE. Let's go to YouTube. You could see YouTube first there. I look like on the SE, maybe slightly, but not a big deal. YouTube doesn't require much power. Most phones, to the cheapest phones, can run YouTube just fine. So you're gonna be fine on both of them there. Let's go into eBay. And you can see eBay first there on the left. Let's go ahead and click a watch, for example, and about the same. So you're having trouble shopping. Let's go into Best Buy. And you can see Best Buy is first there on the left, just slightly. But you can see the 6S is not a bad performer in 2020. It actually is pretty good. You can see on the left the iPhone SE again, but the SE is a snappier phone all around. Let's go into iMovie. You can see again slightly on the left. Let's hit home and let's go into Geekbench. And you can see Geekbench first there on the right. Geekbench has lost on pretty much every phone on the SE. Let's go into Antutu and see how much faster this one is. Looks like the SE is going to take this one down. And you can see, yes, it's the left, the iPhone SE 2020. And we'll go into 3D Mark. You could see the SE 2020 ahead by a substantial margin. So yes, the iPhone SE 2020 is the quicker phone than the iPhone 6S in just basic tasks day to day, slightly in Apple apps and definitely substantially better in some third-party apps. So all around the system will perform a lot faster. You will notice it. So let's go back through the apps to see if anything does reload here on either. They both seem to mess up a little bit there. We'll go here and then let's go to Geekbench. You could see about the same. We'll go to iMovie. Again, about the same. I'm still pretty happy with the iPhone 6S's performance though. I can't lie, it's actually quite nice for being 5 years old. Pretty incredible that it even holds its own against this phone here on the left. Let's go to eBay. You can see definitely pretty similar on both. YouTube, and a little bit of a stutter there. It looked like a slight reload on the 6S, but I mean, come on, for 5 years old, aren't you impressed with the iPhone 6S able to stand toe to toe with this new phone? Let's go into Dead Trigger. Now I know you could say, well, not in benchmarks, not in gaming, but you know, in terms of just everyone using an iPhone day to day, this iPhone SE is not a big difference. I mean, definitely in camera, definitely it's going to be a big difference in the battery life maybe, but other than that, let's see the weather. Let's go into phone. Maybe not even a huge difference in battery life. Let's go into calculator. And let's go into clock. It's just going to be a huge difference in longevity, but neither one of them really reloaded much of anything there in that RAM management. Okay guys, so let's go ahead now and go to iMovie, and we're going to run the similar 1 minute, or it's actually 2 minutes and 3 seconds clip. We're going to see which one can actually save this thing faster. This definitely will require a little bit of power, so we're going to go in 4K. This video was shot in 4K, and let's see which one can do it quicker. 3, 2, 1. I'll be back when these guys are done. And so you can see that the SE 2020 annihilates the iPhone 6S in the iMovie render. Not even close. So if you do videos and then you want to render them out, put them on YouTube on your phone, you're definitely going to want to pick up the SE 2020. Okay, so let's run a SunSpider JavaScript test. We'll just see which one can actually do a better internet performance in 3, 2, 1. Now keep in mind, both of these are LTE phones. Neither will present you with 5G, a newer standard. So do keep that in mind. That's not great, but at the same time, 5G is not widespread, so it probably doesn't matter right now. You can see 236.7. The iPhone SE blows away the iPhone 6S in internet performance. Your internet Safari will not feel necessarily so much smoother, but a lot snappier than on the 6S. Okay guys, so the final Geekbench scores are in. You can see a crushing victory for the new SE. Definitely almost 3 times better on the single core, not quite, but definitely 2 times, and actually more than 2 times better on the multi-core score. So yeah, like I said, it's just gonna feel faster overall. Definitely proven there with that. Okay guys, so we're gonna run an Antutu benchmark. That was the previous score on the SE. We're gonna go ahead and do it here for the first time on the 6S. 3, 2, 1. And see which one can actually get a better score. I will be back when they are done. All right, so our final Antutu scores are in, and the SE, what did you expect it to lose? No way. It actually destroys the iPhone 6S here once again. We're just gonna do one last test just to see how they do when it comes to internet performance. So let me go ahead and hit go here for the iPhone SE while we get this one set up. And then I'm going to change the server to the same server here. After that's done, we'll see. This is getting around 189, 196 down, almost 200 here. So yeah, this is pretty good. This does have a Wi-Fi 6 chip. You can see definitely 214. Now, where that Wi-Fi 6 chip is gonna really matter is when you're like in public in a crowded place and you're trying to use a public Wi-Fi. Definitely use a VPN if you can. But when you're in crowded areas, it should be able to definitely have better performance, or if the network's a little bit clogged, it should be a little bit better performance. You can see over here, the iPhone 6s right now, not many people are on the internet, so we should be seeing a pretty similar, download, but not quite as strong here as the iPhone SE. It's gonna finish in right around 202, 203 megabytes on the download. Now the upload should be around the same as the iPhone SE over here. So 11.8, slightly better. So not a big deal of difference, but at the same time, the Wi-Fi should be better on the iPhone SE. And so that's it. The iPhone SE is the undisputed winner here. I mean, what'd you expect? But you've seen that the iPhone 6s actually performs pretty well in 2020 for basic everyday usage. I think this phone is still usable, actually. Yeah, it gets hot. The battery sucks. It's horrible for me on the iPhone 6s, the battery life right now. So those are some of the real reasons you might want to upgrade: a more efficient processor, better battery life. But when it comes to the actual iOS experience, the real change will just be you have a more premium feeling glass on this phone. You'll have a better camera, better battery life. Also, you're just gonna have True Tone on here, and you'll have a capacitive versus a clicky home button. We'll talk about all these features that are changed in the full comparison, so be subscribed for that one. Thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and let us know if you traded your 6S or you're about to trade your 6S for the SE. You just need to see a couple videos first. Let us know down below in the comments. Subscribe if you haven't already. Nick here, helping you to master your technology. Be sure to be well, and peace.